Hey friends, so I want to get on here and talk about the duality of life and the ways that we can take control for the things that happen in our lives and making sure that we sustain throughout things that happen. So I think for something that I was coaching my masterminders on today is this idea of the duality of life and knowing that in life there are going to be things that happen, and in our businesses there are going to be things that happen that are both positive and negative. There are going to be ups and there are going to be downs. And I think a lot of the time we think that within our businesses, which already by the fact that we already have these amazing businesses, I think it's pretty amazing because we can have control over many things that other people who don't have businesses have. Like we can take control of our time, we can take control of our finances, we can create the results that we want to from our businesses. There's so much power in focusing on what you can control. And I think that a lot of times when things happen in life and within our business, it's so easy. It's not easy, but it's something that our brains like to do is focus on the negative, focus on things that are going maybe not in our way. And I shared this with my clients because I realize that a lot of times in life, we don't think about that duality, and a lot of times it can feel like just because things are going on we have to stop. So here are some things that I shared with them that I hope help you as well in all the waves that life happens. And I think now more than ever is such an important time to prioritize your business and prioritize you and working through things. So I think for me, I realized that there are going to be times in my business and there are going to be times in my life where I want to continue to run my business. There are also times when I pause things in my business. And I used to think that if I took time to pause, if I took time to process, that my business would stop working, that there was going to be a negative backlash to me taking time for myself, taking time to go through things. For instance, when I was having my teaching job and I was teaching and coaching, there was a time when I actually was transferred to the kindergarten team halfway through the year, and I paused coaching and didn't pause coaching, but I paused doing posts. I also, when I moved to Winston Salem and then I moved back to Raleigh, I paused for a little bit. I experienced months later, I also took another pause. And when I went through a break, there was some things I was going through in my personal life. And then I was broken up with after 7.5 years and had to move back in with my parents. And I took pauses in my business. And I think that there's this fear that if I pause, then it's going to be really hard to come back. And B, it's going to take a lot of momentum to build me up back after taking a pause. And I want to say that there is no way for your business to stop unless you decide it stops. You have control and you can pause it at any point, and that does not mean that your business is going to stop. You can pause and process things. When I was moving back in with my parents, I had a lot to process. I worked through those things, and I want you to know that you're okay to do that. Your business is safe. If you need to pause, if things are happening in your business or things are happening in your life that are outside of your control, it's okay to pause. It's okay to take time to process things. That doesn't mean that you're not prioritizing your business. That means that you're prioritizing your healing, and that means you're showing up as the amazing six-figure CEO that you are in the process of up-leveling and becoming. That it's okay. It's okay to do that. I also have found that there's fears around if I take action from a negative place, then it's going to result in my business not doing well. And it's also going to result in me attracting people who are also in a negative place. And I want to let you know that that is absolutely not true. In my life and in my business, I have been in really negative tailspins. And I got the advice that was well intentioned from somebody, that they were saying that you have to be in a good place, you have to be in a good headspace. The people who you attract are going to be like, if you're not in a good headspace, then you're not going to attract the right clients, and you have to be on and you have to be great all the time. And that is not true. I've been in some of my worst emotions, and I have still signed the best clients. I also have been in phases where I've been in really amazing emotions and I haven't signed clients. And both can be true. I don't want you to feel like, in order for you to have an amazing six-figure business, that you have to be positive Pollyanna and you have to only feel good emotions. I think that life is a combination of emotions. I think that in life we experience really good emotions, and I also think that in life we experience really negative emotions. And I think that our lives are about doing both. I think it's really important that you don't feel like your business is dependent on you feeling positive, because it's not. You can control the wave of your business. You can control, even if it doesn't feel like it right now, and you don't need to feel like you have to be positive all the time to make it happen. I also want to offer that some of the times when I was feeling my worst, when the worst circumstances were happening, some of my best creations came from it. In fact, when I was going through that breakup years ago, I took it and I used it, because again, there are times in my business when I pause and I've not I've not done things, I haven't posted, and I that is perfect for you to do in any circumstance. And I actually was able to use the situation I was experiencing with my breakup, and I was able to actually go through and use it to help more people and talk about what I was feeling and talk about what I was processing, like I'm doing now. I'm telling you about how I'm feeling, and I'm giving this as resources for other people to benefit in the future. So I want you to know that just because you're feeling it in life, you're going to feel negative part of the time. And just because you decide to run a business doesn't mean that stops. A lot of times it creates a magnifying glass to all the things that you've been feeling, and it amplifies things as well. But I want you to know that if you're feeling negative things, that you can still have an amazing business with some phenomenal people, that you're not attracting the wrong people. Feeling negative is part of life, and it's going to be part of your business too. And the sooner that I found that I accepted that and didn't think of it as a reason to stop, but it was just a part of it, it felt so much more, there was a release, and I was able to really fully step into owning my success regardless of how I feel. And I want to offer that we want to focus on fueling your business and your life with things that you can control, and the way that you can control it is through your feelings. And the way that you can control that is through your thoughts, the way that you're thinking about things. And I think that for all of us throughout our business, just knowing that to be not okay doesn't mean that it's a sign to stop. It doesn't mean it's a sign that your business is going to stop. You can experience the duality of emotion and of being a human, and you can still move forward, and you can still help a lot of people. I actually, in 2023, I track every single week, like the same thing I teach my clients. I tracked my energy. And there were so many stints where I felt like I was at a 2, and I was signing clients, I was making money. Nothing stopped just because I was feeling negative emotion. And there wasn't a consequence if I stopped posting or did things. If I felt negative emotion and wanted to pause, you can take action, and you can also stop taking action from negative emotion, and nothing is going to hurt your business. You're okay to process these things. It's okay. It's important. You want to understand where those feelings are coming from, of course, and you want to use that as fuel to move. So today, for all of you, I would encourage you to take anything that you feel. I encourage you to take it in any day. And I want you to know that the way that you're feeling is powerful, that you are powerful. And when more of us, as I have said it before and I'll say it again, when people who are solopreneurs are doing good in the world, and you right now, no matter what you are doing, is you're putting good into the world, you are living. I genuinely believe that every single person that is starting their businesses and is going for it is making the world a better place. I think that you just taking the gifts and talents that you've been given, the circumstances that you've been given, and doing as much as you can with it is incredible and honorable. And I'm so proud of you for starting this business, for going through it, for being in the arena when most other people don't choose to do this in their entire lives. I want you to know that you're never, ever, ever going to look back on your life and regret this. You are amazing just for going for this. And I know deep in my heart that every single one of you has a purpose, that you have a bigger purpose. I genuinely believe that we are all a part of a bigger purpose. This is just my philosophy. Feel free to take it or leave it. But I want you to know that the work you're doing, the good you're doing matters. And I never, ever, ever want you to stop doing the work you're doing because of that. And I'm here for you. If you ever want my help to grow this amazing thing that you are creating in the world and putting more good into the world, you just let me know. And I will be here for you always. I love you all dearly. Thank you for the work you're doing. Do not give up. Any negative feeling is a sign to keep going. And I'm here for you always if you need me.